Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm Nvida GT, and for today what we have here is Sniper Elite 4 running on my laptop with the GT 740M, which is very similar or identical to the GT 825M or the GT 920M. Okay, so Sniper Elite 4 was developed by Rebellion. These guys are the same developer of all the Sniper Elite series and the Aliens vs Predator 2010. Which was a great game, not the bad one from Gearbox. Okay, keep that in mind. And they are using their Azura engine, which was a little bit improved and support DirectX 12, but I'm using DirectX 11 because it isn't working too well for this card, and usually Nvidia loses performance with DirectX 12. I'm running with the lowest settings possible. I'm running with native resolution, with all the settings on the minimum and resolution scaling to 50%, which makes the internal resolution close to something like a PS2 resolution, or I think that it is even worse. So we are loading the game, and we are using the new MS Afterburner, and now I'm noticing that I might want to have some sort of square, a little black square around the MS size, so let me look on the settings if I can activate it. Okay, just a little bit. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, I'm outside the game by now, but it's the recorder. It's recording the game. How fun is this? Okay, it's done. Bam! So I have now black square around all the MS Afterburner with all the stats about the game. So even with the minimum settings, sometimes the performance can go below the 30 FPS, but keep in mind that I'm recording with OBS, so OBS can take 3 to 5 FPS, so keep that in mind. If you want to check the results without recording, just check on the description of the video, or by the end of it, it's all on the description. Okay? So guys, if you have any question, just leave a comment on the comment section. I will gladly respond to you. Thank you a lot for watching. Until now, I do hope you enjoyed the rest, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Was war das?
I'll have to jump it. The only way is up. That tower looks like a good vantage point. What's with the camera? No more to find here.
Königliche Marine? Amerikanisch?
Mann, das war ein ziviles Schiff.
Zivil? Aber ich dachte,
Das war ein Probelauf. Für die Kamera.
aber all die Menschen. Hey! Feindlicher Beschuss! Entdeckung!
Dann mal los!
Granate!
Alle mal! Nehme seine Position ein!
Verstanden! Er ist hier! Haltet!
Eins von uns getötet! Er ist überall!
Alle!
Hey there, fella. You're on my target list. Bye-bye, Fritz.
Jetzt hab ich! Wo steckt der? Ah! Ich hab einen toten Mann! Oh Gott! Nein!
Nähere mich seiner Position!
Dann mal los!
Ist er noch da?
Es gibt nur einen Weg, das herauszufinden. Das Ziel ist verschwunden! Los! Schnappen wir uns den
Hat ihn jemand
Mistkerl!
gesehen?
Hello boys and girls, welcome to the performance section of the video. So Sniper Elite 4 with all the settings on the minimum possible, with 50% resolution scaling and 70%. These were the results that I gathered without recording. Okay, so as you can see, for the 70% I got an average of 27, while for the 50% I got an average of 36. I got a minimum also of 20. Those 20 happened when I was on the tower with the sniper pointing to the truck. Well, before pointing to the truck, you can have a great overview of the landscape, I mean the landscape of the entire map, and in that sequence the frame rate dropped to 20. So this might happen on other maps depending on the complexity, so that is why I decided that maybe the 50% resolution scaling is the way to go. And also 50% resolution scaling, only 10% of the frames was lower than 30 FPS, which is pretty good. While the 25 FPS targets, what I noticed is that it was 0.5% of the times. No, I'm reading the wrong thing. 0.6 I mean. And 23% of the frames was lower than 25 FPS when you are using the 70% resolution scaling. Although 50% resolution scaling is really ugly, it's very pixelated, it's very hard to spot snipers at a distance, so it makes the game really much more difficult playing with this resolution than it seems. Even on my desktop with a 1080p screen and playing at 1080p with good settings, sometimes it's really hard to spot snipers at a distance, so with this resolution in place it's really hard. So keep that in mind. So talking about other stuff, the game with these settings, the VRAM usage was around 1.4 GB of VRAM, the RAM usage was around 2 of 5 GB, so I'm not really sure if you can run the game with 4 GB of RAM without stuttering, so I recommend it to have 6 or 8. CPU usage was between the 60s and 80%, I wasn't expecting the so high CPU usage. But the good thing is that the GPU usage was at 99% all the time, so there wasn't any bottleneck and the graphic card was delivering its maximum, despite, well, the results aren't that bad regarding, that good I mean, regarding frame rate and graphics. So, boys and girls, that's all that I want to talk about Sniper Elite 4, hope you did enjoy the video. If you want to support me, you know the drill, Patreon, PayPal or Kingwin, you choose. You can choose none of that, of course, but I would appreciate some help for some other games. So, thank you a lot for watching. I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.